Continue between anti and pro-government supporters. Meanwhile, there is no sign President Hosni Mubarak will step down. Richard Engel has the latest.
As the clashes here continue, the protesters have once again gathered in very large numbers, tens of thousands, perhaps 50,000 or more.
The most horrible thing that made me feel bad, that the president at the last speech he made, he didn't even mention that he's sorry for the blood of those innocent people, even from the police or even from the innocent people who protest. He didn't even care.
They appear to be barricading themselves in Tahrir. They have turned over buses. They have brought out more of these metal shields. They seem to be preparing for a much bigger showdown. They don't know if it's going to come tonight. They think it could come tomorrow. The protesters say that even if there is another crackdown here in Tahrir, those demonstrations will continue tomorrow. They're expected to leave from mosques. And if they can't get to Tahrir, they will find another location to congregate. And there's even talk of marching on the presidential palace. That has been something they've been talking about doing for several days, but have not yet done.
And that was Richard Engel reporting in Cairo, Egypt. All of this violence, as you know, is happening half a world away. But all of this really does affect the rest of the world and policy here in America. Here to discuss the Egypt situation some more is Dr. Barbara DeGorge. She is the academic dean at Northwood University. Thanks for coming in today.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
We're happy to have you because you're going to help us, I hope, break down what this means for you and me. I mean, we watch this. So many people have been glued to their TV sets. Does it affect you and me? Does it affect the average American?
I think it affects the average American in the fact that many Americans have loved ones, family, and friends who are throughout the Middle East, not just in Egypt. And I believe that they're concerned. They're worried about them. The reports coming out have said it's very difficult for them to leave. So it affects us as a people because we worry about our citizens and what would happen to them.
Now, certainly also, where our wallets and our pocketbooks are very important to us. We've already seen OPEC come out and talk about oil prices and the effects there. I mean, how does this affect? Certainly, we're dealing with an oil center of the world as well. Could we see, do you think, gas prices perhaps continue to rise or fall based on all of this?
I think we're going to see gas prices rise, but I'm not sure that one could blame it on the situation in Egypt. I think that as long as OPEC and the Middle East is doing the output of oil and we're buying from them, they will control what they feel is going to be the price of oil. And from what I have seen and heard, they do believe that oil will go up. And of course, news does affect it. So anything that happens in the Middle East, whether it be Egypt or any other countries, will give an impetus to raise the prices.
And finally, Dr. DeGorge, first we watched Tunisia. Then we saw Egypt, and now Yemen. It seems to be quite a domino effect. Do you expect it to continue?
I definitely expect to see throughout the Middle East those countries that have authoritarian regimes that have been in power for a long time have protests. Already in Jordan, the anti-government people have requested a meeting with the Jordanian government. You're seeing it starting to brew in Syria right now. And although they may not all be for democracy, they are all for regime change. And we're dealing with a new generation who is looking to the world and seeing what's going on.
Dr. Barbara DeGorge from Northwood University, the academic dean there, thank you so much for your insight and perspective. And fortunately, it looks like the end is not in sight, so we hope to have you back again. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.